First off, before we look ahead to Golden State, yeah, I know it's been a crazy season already. What was it like for you? We heard from your teammates. What was it like for you that night against Toronto and the highs and lows of that evening?
It was just an unfortunate situation. I was looking forward to that game tonight, and being told right before the tip-off that I had to wait a second for a test, and just threw off my rhythm a bit, because I wanted to go out there and play. But I mean, I'm back out there now. It is what it is. I was a little upset during and after the game, but I'm cool now. I'm ready to play.
And do the 18 months that you were away, recovering from the Achilles, does that make being patient during these stretches where you have to be away for contact tracing easier or harder?
Yeah. I mean, I always try to practice patience anyway, I guess. So it's like, I just try to wait until I was cleared to play, and I'm excited to be back out there with the guys.
Greg Logan, Newsday.
A couple things for me, Kevin. First, Steve Nash was asked about if he would place you on a minutes limit, and he said he'd probably have to fight you in terms of playing time. So can you kind of, number one, just talk about your comeback and how you feel physically and how many minutes you've played and how surprising is that to you? And then second, just what are the emotions in terms of going back to Golden State?
I feel good. With me and Steve and the training staff will stay in communication as the season goes on and seeing the best way to optimize our whole team. I mean, I'm thinking about the long haul. So I'll be in communication with them throughout the whole season. So I feel good right now. Going back to Golden State, I'm looking forward to playing again and being out there with the team to try to build some chemistry. That's my main focus. I had some great years in Golden State. Look forward to being back in the Bay Area, but it's a shame the fans won't be there.
Malika Andrews, ESPN.
Kevin, is there anything you can glean about this group that you learn about them from sitting out and watching them from the outside? I'm sure you're just wanting to get back there, but is there anything that you see that maybe it's like, oh, I didn't look at it that way?
No, not really. I think we watch a lot of film, so we see how we plan from a different, view. And a lot of guys watch film on their own as well. So we're kind of seeing the game from different angles already, but watching from the TV just made me more excited and to get out there and work out the kinks with this team. We got a lot of potential, and each and every game, I feel as though we play good spurts of basketball, and we just got to put together a full game, and hopefully I can help the team with that.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Kevin, welcome back. What stands out to you about this Golden State team? I mean, you guys are playing them with a different roster than from opening night, and obviously they're playing a lot better than they were when you guys last saw them.
You said, say it again? Sorry.
Now, obviously you guys played Golden State in opening night, and you guys look a lot different as a team, and so do they. So just what stands out to you about them going into tomorrow?
They're playing fast pace. They're going to move the basketball at a high clip. Steph is shooting the basketball just as well as he's ever shot it probably. It feels like the basket is wide open for him. So he's giving a lot of players confidence with his shot making, giving Steve confidence as a coach. He making shots like that. So it should be a different game than it was the first game. Obviously, we incorporated James into our lineup, so we'll see how it goes, and I'm looking forward to the competition.
Rachel Nichols.
Hey, Kevin, got to apologize. I'm having some technical difficulties with the camera, but I wanted to ask, what are your feelings about the NBA going forward with an all-star game this year?
I mean, it's what it is. I mean, we have no control over it, I don't care either way.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
How's it going, Kevin? Can you kind of give me an idea about what the team can, or how the team can build during this road trip? Steve kind of said that, it's not the same where he could just put his credit card behind the bar and tell the guys to go have fun. So how can you guys build, I guess, that type of chemistry or camaraderie on this road trip, and how much more difficult does the pandemic make it to do so?
I mean, with the bus rides, plane rides, being in the locker room with these guys, just feel like we're still in the bubble no matter what. So being around these guys for this long, I think we're building that chemistry and we're getting to know each other on a personal level throughout the whole season. Obviously being out and going out to dinners and being able to hang out in public together would definitely help. But I think we're still getting a lot of team bonding and building, as we're going through the season. And, it's just about executing what we need to do on both ends of the floor, staying on one page. And I think we're trending in the right direction.
Anthony Slater, The Athletic.
What's up, Kevin? A voice from the past. I'm talking to some people around the Warriors. They think that 17 team was maybe the best basketball ever played. Do you agree with that? And what made that group so special?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough there's so many great teams that play in this league, and it's tough to say that team was the best ever. We had a historical run, losing one game in the playoffs, and that was in the finals. Steph played his best basketball in the finals that year. I played my best basketball, Clay as well. I mean, so everybody was, at the top of their games during that run, especially that year. But it's tough to say. There's so many great teams that played along, that won championships in this league for me to say that we were the best. But, we played great.
Jeff Zilgett, USA Today.
Hey, Kevin, we're about 20 games into your return. It's a two-part question. Is what was maybe the most difficult point or lowest point of your rehab from the Achilles? And what were the signs that let you know that you were just going to be fine and be the player that you were prior to the injury?
First question again?
Kevin,
I think during the pandemic, as I was starting to feel good right before coronavirus hit, as I was starting to feel good and I was playing a lot, I was playing pickup every day. And for that to stop for probably a month and a half, 2 months, as I was building up momentum, I think that was probably the most frustrating part, not getting in the gyms, not having 10 guys to run and bump against. So that, momentum, that streak that I was on, of playing every day and feeling more and more like a player again, it just stopped, just like everything else in the world. But for me personally, I was on had some good rhythm that I wish that I'd have kept going. But that's probably the lowest point. Outside of that, I had so much support every day. I had, worked hard as I could every rep. So, I was cool with the results. I mean, I knew if I did that every day, I'd be in good shape, so I just try to focus on each rep.
Go back to Malika Andrews.
Kevin, I know you have so many goals with this team, but looking at this road trip stretch, is there one or two specific things you're like, all right, if we can come out with this, or if we can come out building on this, then it'll be successful?
Just being on the same page to start games on the defensive side, not getting down too early. I watched the Detroit game and, we gave up down 14 points at the end of the first quarter. No matter who you're playing against, that's a big deficit. And so we just want to start off games with intensity, continue to keep building from there.
Ryan Mahoney, AP.
Hey, Kevin, this is the longest road trip you guys are going to have in this first half. With the rules in place now, a lot of back and forth, just gym and hotel and stuff. How hard is that mentally on you guys just to not be able to get away from the game a little bit? And did you hear anything from the league one way or the other if there was a possibility you could be fined?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Why would I be fined?
No, Kyrie was fined early with the protocol stuff. I was wondering if any of that came into play with you.
No, I ain't hear about none of that. You want me to get fined?
I hope you don't know.
I mean, shit. I mean, it's not that bad. Look, we making millions of dollars of hoop and do something we love every day. We'll figure the rest out.